Pause right now and open your heart, because what I am about to share with you cannot be delayed even one more moment. I am calling you by name at this very hour, not for something ordinary or routine, but for a defining moment that will redirect the course of your life. Your miracle has already been released from heaven. It has passed through unseen barriers and traveled paths that only I fully understand. Right now, it stands at the door of your heart, calling out to you, waiting patiently for you to notice its presence. But there is something crucial you must understand before we go further. If you allow doubt to take control of your thoughts, if you let noise and endless distractions pull your focus away from my voice, you could miss what I have prepared with such care and intentional strength just for you. I can see that your spirit already senses something is changing. There are moments when your soul cannot fully rest. There are nights when you wake suddenly without understanding why. This is not random or meaningless. It is my spirit quietly signaling to you that something powerful and lasting is moving in your favor right now. It is like the fresh breeze that comes just before the rain begins to fall. It is the sign of what is about to appear in your life. You are standing at the very edge of a major shift that will change your entire path forward. And I will not let you reach that edge without understanding what is unfolding around you. While the world pulls at your focus from every direction and every side, I am asking you now to grow quiet inside your spirit and truly listen to my voice. The stirring you feel deep within is not simple worry or anxiety. It is faith waking up through this very moment. You have spent far too long moving through life on autopilot, accepting empty patterns and carrying weights that were never meant for your shoulders to bear. Today I am interrupting that cycle so you can clearly see what is already approaching your life. I am not speaking of something unfinished or distant in the future. I am speaking of something that has already been released, already timed with precision, already guided toward you in both the spirit realm and the natural realm. It only needs an open door from you, an open heart that says yes. Know this clearly and without confusion. Doors in the unseen spiritual world remain open through awareness and alignment with my purposes. That is why, right now in this moment, I do not want you to hear these words passively as background noise. I want your faith to become visible, spoken aloud, and permanently sealed. Write your comment now in a strong and clear way. Let your words stand as a public witness before heaven and earth, that you are fully awake, that you are completely open, that you are receiving what I am releasing, and that you will not allow this miracle to pass by without acknowledgement. Type 444 right now as your declaration. This is your agreement with what heaven has already set in motion. Angels are watching for your response at this very moment. Do not delay. Type 444, then continue reading as I reveal deeper truths to you. By writing these words, you are making a spiritual mark both in the courts of heaven and upon the earth that proves you heard my voice and chose to answer with faith. This is not just text appearing on a screen or device. This is a faith action that prepares and clears the pathway for what has already been divinely arranged to manifest in your physical life. I have seen the distractions that are trying to rise against you even in this very moment. The enemy of your soul desperately wants you to believe this is just another religious message. Nothing important, nothing special, nothing that will actually change anything. But I am the one who personally led you to this place at this time. Every single step of your life, every moment and every experience until right now, has been guiding you carefully to arrive at this exact point. And every word you speak with genuine belief creates a clear and unobstructed path that leads your miracle straight to where you are standing. That is why I tell you again with all authority, do not give space to doubt. Speak with your mouth. Declare with your words. Plant your agreement in the unseen ground of the spirit realm. What you plant now with authentic faith will return to you in tremendous abundance. This is the sacred moment where time and eternity intersect in your personal story. This is not an encounter that was planned by religious habit or empty tradition. It is an encounter that was set by my own perfect timing. Some promises and blessings were intentionally held back until you were truly ready to receive them and steward them well. And today, right now, you are ready. I prepared you myself to carry what is about to come into your life. I shaped your character in the quiet seasons when no one was watching. I strengthened your spirit through seasons of loss and disappointment. I covered you and protected you in hidden places where no one noticed your faithfulness. All of this preparation was so that at the right appointed moment, I could reveal you publicly with my unmistakable mark of victory upon your life. And when I speak of victory, I do not mean something small or partial or incomplete. I mean total and complete restoration of everything the enemy tried to steal. It is the full return of joy you believed was gone forever and could never come back. It is the permanent end of those long nights filled with heavy tears that soaked your pillow. It is every single tear being transformed into a seed that will grow into a living testimony that others will witness and be encouraged by. But for this divine process to be fully sealed and activated, there must be a response from you. In my kingdom, genuine faith is not only felt internally in the heart, it is demonstrated externally through actions. It moves, it speaks, it obeys. I have already released everything that is needed from heaven's side, but your willing response completes the spiritual work and opens the door for manifestation. So listen to me carefully once again. Your miracle is already positioned in front of you at this very moment. It has not been lost in transit. It has not been stolen or taken away by the enemy. It is right here, standing at attention, waiting for you to receive it with open arms and an open heart. Write your comment declaring your faith right now, so that divine help is released immediately. Old doors that have been rusted shut for years are being lifted off their hinges. Heavy chains that bound your progress are falling away and shattering. And the door that I myself opened with my own hand will remain fully open until every part of your blessing is completely delivered and secured. This is the time you have been waiting for. This is the appointed hour marked on heaven's calendar. And I, your faithful God, am personally here to make absolutely sure that nothing and no one can stop what I have already started in your life. Type 888 right now if you believe you are entering a season of new beginnings and overflow. This number represents new creation and fresh starts. Let this be your declaration that you are leaving the old behind and stepping into everything new that I have prepared. Type 888, then keep reading. Now, my dear child, I am asking you to do something that may seem small and insignificant to many people in this noisy world. But in my kingdom, it carries profound meaning and releases tremendous power. Quiet the noise and chaos inside your mind and heart. Turn down the volume of the voices of worry, comparison, and human pressure for just a short while. Filter out the opinions and judgments of others, and listen only to me with your full attention. You will not clearly see what I am doing for you in the middle of loud confusion and constant distraction. But in genuine stillness and quietness, my presence becomes as clear as the morning light breaking through the darkness. This stillness I am calling you into is not empty or lifeless. It is completely full of my glory and my manifest presence. It is full of clear direction and specific guidance. It is full of divine signs and supernatural indicators that busy eyes and distracted minds often miss completely. There have been unseen spiritual forces working behind the scenes for a very long time, trying to block your pathway forward. They appear in your life as fixed situations that never seem to change, as hard walls that will not move, and as doors that shut in your face without any reasonable explanation. These dark forces use constant noise and confusion to convince you that nothing will ever change in your circumstances, that these words you are reading are only passing thoughts that will fade away and mean nothing tomorrow. But I am telling you right now with all authority, I am rising up against every single one of those lying voices. I am the one who opens doors, and no person can shut them. I am the one who lifts people up, and no force can push them down. I am the one who speaks a word, and no opposition can cancel or reverse it. When trouble and difficulty feel strongest and most overwhelming in your life, it very often means that the spiritual winds are shifting in your favor. When the night feels darkest and most hopeless, it is frequently because the light of dawn is very close to rising on the horizon. When the ground feels dry and cracked beneath your feet, it is usually because rain clouds are already heavy and full above it, ready to release their blessing. This is precisely how I am working in your situation right now in this season. You may not be able to see every step of the process with your natural eyes, but the sound of approaching change is already alive and active in your spirit if you are paying attention. That sense deep inside you that something new and different is about to break through into your life is absolutely real and trustworthy, because I myself placed that knowing within your spirit. Know this well and hold it close to your heart. Staying spiritually awake inside, staying aware of my voice and my timing, and staying open to hear my guidance is one of the greatest treasures you can possibly hold in this life. It is what separates and distinguishes those who live ready and prepared for the promise from those who let it pass right by them without ever noticing it was there. Many people lose their direction and miss their divine appointments because they fail to recognize and sense the right timing. But I will not allow that tragic outcome to happen to you. Today, at this very moment, my spirit is sharpening your spiritual senses, how you see and feel and perceive in the spirit realm, so you will know with certainty when to move forward, when to take the next step, when to open the door that has been set before you, and when the miracle will finally reach your waiting hands. You will recognize it clearly inside your spirit, without confusion or second guessing. And in this important moment, I am asking something from you that may look small and simple to the natural world around you, but in the courts of heaven, it carries supernatural power to multiply everything you are believing for. Share this word you are receiving right now in a meaningful and intentional way with others. Do not merely send it as simple information or casual content. Send it as if you are planting the same promise and the same hope into the fertile soil of another person's life who desperately needs it. Every soul that receives this message through your obedience becomes good ground for the same grace and favor that is actively touching your life right now. And in my kingdom, every seed that is planted with genuine faith returns multiplied many times over to the one who released it into the world. When you share something that comes directly from my heart, you are making a declaration before all of heaven and earth that you truly believe what you heard, that you refuse to keep it selfishly only for yourself, and that you understand with spiritual maturity that others need the same touch and the same breakthrough you are receiving. This kind of giving is deeply spiritual in nature, and it is never ignored or overlooked in heaven. Angels take careful note and record it. My throne witnesses it with approval, and I myself command and decree that your return will be full, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing in every area. You may not fully realize or understand this, but there are people all around you who are quietly praying for a sign from heaven, for a word of encouragement, for a reason not to give up and quit. When you choose to obey my voice and share this message, you literally become the answer they have been desperately waiting for. You become a vital part of the miracle you yourself desire to see manifested. You align yourself with my purposes, and whenever one of my beloved children aligns with my will, I act with even greater strength and power on their behalf. I want to speak now about something that has weighed heavy on your heart. The tears you have cried in secret, the rejections you faced, the painful farewells you went through. None of these happened by random chance. I am the God who turns pain into purpose. I use even what felt harmful to shape something strong within your spirit. Do you remember how often you asked me for strength? How many times you prayed to be more steady, more mature, closer to me? I answered those prayers, but not in the way you expected. Instead of placing strength directly into your hands, I placed you in moments where it would rise from within you. Instead of removing every heavy load, I taught you how to carry what once felt impossible. Instead of blocking every hardship, I walked with you through the fire so you would know I stand with you even in the flames. Gold reveals its full shine after fire refines it. Silver shows its true worth after purification. This is how I work with those I love and prepare for greater things. I allowed trials to burn away what could not go with you into your next season. Fears that kept you small. Unhealthy reliance on human approval. Doubts that limited how far you could see. These could not walk with you into what is coming. The rejections you faced were not proof of failure. They were signs of my guidance and protection. I removed you from places where you would have been hurt. I disconnected you from relationships that looked good at first, but would have become traps later. I shut doors you wanted to enter because I knew they would lead you away from the path meant for you. You did not lose opportunities. You were gently led away from wrong ones, so the right doors could open at the right time. The betrayals that cut deep were allowed to help you see clearly who deserved your trust. People who came only to take from you eventually stepped aside because their true aims were brought to light. The pain was real, but so was the freedom that followed. Even the losses you experienced and the dreams that fell apart were not without purpose. Some things were allowed to fall because they stood on weak ground. What is meant to last must be built on firm ground. So the fall was not the end. It was the start of building again. This time on a foundation that will stand strong. Your season of pain was not wasted. It was an offering that will now produce growth. Every day you kept going, even when nothing seemed to change, was like planting invisible seeds. Those seeds were watered by honest tears and steady belief, and they are ready to rise. This harvest that is coming will not be small or disappointing, but a full and abundant one that exceeds your expectations. What was carefully shaped and formed in the silence and hiddenness will now be openly shown and displayed. What once felt impossibly far away will move close to you. The empty spaces and the painful voids in your life will be filled with overflowing joy and supernatural peace. One day in the future, you will look back over your journey and see clearly that the fire you walked through did not break you or destroy you. It actually made you stronger than you ever were before. The storms you weathered did not sink your boat or drown you. They taught you how to navigate and move forward even in the deepest waters. Now is the appointed time to act with bold faith, not only with your words, but with a clear outward sign that can be witnessed. Write 777 right now as your sign of complete trust in me, because this specific number stands for divine perfection, fullness, and completion. By typing these numbers, you are saying with your whole heart, I believe that every step of my journey has shaped me and prepared me for what is ahead. Let this simple act stand as a permanent marker of your belief, a memorial stone, a reminder to yourself that you answered when the season finally changed. And each time you see this number appear in your life from now on, remember this truth. What I begin with purpose and intention, I always bring to full completion. I never leave my work half done or unfinished. What I begin in you, I always carry through to the end. Take a slow, deep breath right now and let yourself truly feel this liberating truth settling into your spirit. A heavy weight and burden from yesterday is being lifted off your shoulders at this very moment. The smoke and the smell from the fire you walked through will not cling to your spirit anymore or define who you are. You will not step forward into your future defined by what you lost in the past, but by what you gained along the difficult way. You gained growth and maturity. You gained deeper faith that was tested and proven. You gained sharper spiritual understanding and discernment. You gained a heart that is now ready and prepared to receive genuinely good things. From this day forward, your life story will no longer be told and remembered mainly through the lens of pain and struggle, but through the testimony of victory that rose up out of the ashes. What is coming into your life in this new season is so significant and so big that it will completely change how you see everything around you and everything within you. You have spent so long learning how to struggle, endure, and accept less than you deserved, that living in peace, honor, and plenty may feel unfamiliar at first. I am not only opening doors filled with good things, I am shaping your heart so you can remain in the new places I am leading you into. For a long time, you have been the one who gives, who helps, who lifts others up. This is good because it reflects a caring heart. But now you must also learn how to receive. You must allow others to support you, value you, and pour into your life. This is not pride or selfishness. It is balance. Those who give must also receive because this is how grace flows. You have lived too long accepting small portions, thinking that as long as you helped others, it was enough. But I am not the God of barely enough. I am the God of overflow. This new season asks you to accept fullness, not only for your joy, but so your life becomes proof that faithfulness is rewarded. When you are lifted higher, it will not be only for your benefit, but so others can see I keep my word. This change starts within you. How you see yourself shapes how you receive what is given. If you believe you are not worthy, you will push away the opportunities placed before you. That is why old lies are being removed. Lies that said you were not enough, that your moment had passed, that others deserved more than you. Today this truth is spoken over you. You are worthy because I made you worthy. You are valuable because I gave everything for you. You are chosen because love made that choice. What is unfolding in your life is not meant to stop with you. Every shift, every win, every step forward, every healing you receive is meant to become a seed that blesses others. As good comes to you, it will also flow through you. You are meant to be a pathway through which hope reaches many hearts. Share this message right now with someone who needs to hear it. The Holy Spirit will bring someone specific to your mind. Your obedience releases blessing. When you share from faith, hope grows and multiplies. When you share with purpose, faith is planted in hearts close to giving up. Think about those around you who feel worn down, unseen, shut out, tired of trying. By sharing this word, you become the answer to prayers they never spoke out loud. You carry the same power of renewal being released over your life. In my kingdom, nothing given is ever lost. Everything returns greater. What you wish for others will come back in double measure. I am arranging meetings that will redirect your path. People of influence will enter your life. Doors that stayed closed will open with ease. Help and provision you never expected will appear, and you will not have to struggle to hold them. They will stay because their timing is right. But to live fully in this new season, you must make room inside yourself to receive. This means letting go of false modesty that pushes away gifts, turns down praise, and refuses honor. What is given to you must be welcomed with thanksgiving, not worry. Open your heart wide to this deep change. Share this message as one who opens a gate so the same wave of favor can reach others. What you give, I will multiply. What you plant, I will return in abundance. And when you least expect it, you will see that the life you once hoped for is now real, not because you chased it, but because it was brought to you, and you learned how to receive it. The time is now. The season has shifted. Heaven is ready. Your answer will be shown by your actions today. Write your declaration. Share this message. Step boldly into everything I have prepared. Your epic season begins right now. In Jesus' name, amen.